330, 340, 350. That's fine if we go off here. 370, 380, 390. I have been challenged by Bucit Petra? I hope I've said that right. To break the land speed, well, not to break the land speed record, but to do 470 kilometers an hour in 1946. And yeah, so the Nazis did it apparently in 1939, but when I look, in 1939, they did a hell of a lot faster than that. So yeah, we're going to have to do a little bit of trickery here because the car which they did it in was this thing, and we don't really have that. What we do, however, have access to is this cool looking mod body. Now, there may be a better one out there, but this is the one I want to use. Oh, my voice is cracking. I might hit puberty soon. It's got a lot of lift on it, unfortunately, but it has a drag of 0.2. Let's see if we can do better than 0.2. In this era, doesn't look possible. Okay, yeah, it doesn't. There is 0.25. But yeah, we're going to go with this one. It's got a lot of lift, but we can deal with that. This thing looks wicked. We're going to go with aluminium. It's going to be a ladder, sorry, not a ladder, a space frame. And we're going to try to get this thing, I mean, weight doesn't really particularly matter for top speed. So we're going to go steel. Oh, wait, you know what? We're on the salt flats. Galvanized steel. We finally have a reason to do it, guys. Oh, it actually puts on the galvanized pattern on the steel. Oh, that's kind of cool. Ha! Interesting. Then, front longitudinal, McPherson strut on the front, and double wishbone on the back. I'm not quite sure if we'd want semi-trailing, but we do want independent rear suspension. Now, let's hope to God. Yes, we can fit a V16 in here, guys. And we're going to go with probably a push rod for this era. And then we're just going to up the size until it becomes too big. We can have this be over square. It is not particularly a problem. Let's just hope that the engine doesn't destroy itself. We're going with a 13-liter, 16-cylinder push rod engine. And we're not going to have an entirely high cam profile because I am worried about the con rods detaching themselves. Oh, this is going to be problem central. Then single barrel, and we're going to go with 8 carburetors because we need all the ones we can get. And yes, it's going to be open because really the only thing to get in there is salt, but nobody is directly in front of us, so it's not really going to be presenting itself as an actual problem IRL conditions for this. And super leaded fuel because you need that high quality stuff, baby. And we don't care about fuel consumption, so we're going to change that. I wonder what sort of engine this bad boy had. W12 aircraft. That also looks like a push rod. We're gonna go with a long tubular exhaust. Hold on, what does race look like? I was about to be excited by that, but not so much. What about tubular? Nah, let's go long tubular. It also looks really wicked. We're gonna go dual, we're going to go none and none. This thing is gonna be loud. Now, if I don't have the option for a chain drive transmission, I don't know if this is worth doing. All right, a little bit more fuel. Let's hope that the engine doesn't run too rich. Okay, the engine is now running too rich. Okay, we're 355 kilowatts. I don't actually know if we can. Oh yeah, no, cool. Okay, we can run that much power apparently. That is so much power. All right, how big of an exhaust do they want? Oh, that's a lot of power. Nearly 400 kilowatts. This is going to be too powerful, if I am honest. And 14 plus quality on the internals. These things are going to be turned from the highest quality materials. You know what, we could probably down the quality and run heavy duty cast instead. Except that destroys the crankshaft. So yeah, they do need to be a little bit stronger. There we go. Now, is that the most power we can get from this? Okay, here we go. Final +7 quality on our heavy duty cast with cast iron crank. We've got 403 kilowatts from this absolutely monstrosity of an engine. Now, is there a difference between the body types? What is this? Oh, it's got a split windshield. I'm assuming this one's exactly the same, but without the split windshield. I prefer split windshield. That does kind of look nice, cool, and retro. Oh, it's got the rear wheels covered. Yes, no, we do want that one. With the split windshield, this is what dreams are made of, guys. Except it's really bowed backwards, which I don't think I've ever seen Glass do that before. Now, I remember there being a car called the Golden Bullet and silver cars and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to go with something like a golden color, very high metallic. And then there's this second color. What is that? Oh, wing mirrors. Yeah, no, just take the same color as that. My brake calipers? That can't be right. No? That is just always red, apparently. There's nothing to be done about the red at the bottom of the car. Okay, if you say so. Not that I have any say in this matter. Let's move on. We're going to go rear-wheel drive manual, and we're going to go probably some kind of 3-speed, maybe a 4-speed. Who knows? We're going to extend this top speed out as much as possible. Wait, is that really as high as we can go? Can we not go higher than that? Pretty sure we can. Anyway, open diff. I don't think that would have a locker. That would become too unstable. We're going to go with a sports compound because we're on salt, and I'm not quite sure what you would want there. Now, we're going to have wide rear tires, but not so much on the front. We don't want them to be too wide either, especially since they can't actually be that wide because they're not radials, they're cross-ply. So that's gonna hamper us a little bit. Oh, I just realized. 18 inches, huh? Sure, let's keep going with that. And we're gonna try to narrow down those wheels a little bit, bring in those fronts a little bit. There we go. We're going to try to see if we can fit some sort of wire wheel on this thing. Then we're going to up the size of these brakes to be pretty big. There's going to be probably no under tray whatsoever. No brake airflow. Cooling airflow is going to be reduced just a little bit. The seating is going to be reduced to basic seats then. No entertainment whatsoever. This is going to be a stripped out car. Now, they would have stripped this thing to an inch of its life, so no safety whatsoever. And then probably just a sports tune. What do we got here? The car has severe issues with wheel spin. Not surprising. Can we not literally go faster than this? We might have to set the year to a newer year to be able to actually get the car to go faster. We're still limited to 286. Okay, my game is bugging the hell out. Is it something to do with the body, maybe? Is it maybe a crossplay thing? No, it's not. Okay, I switched over to a different body and now we can go up to 311. But then again, I am capped as well. And I'm not sure what is holding us back. Though if I come and set it to a new car, yes, we can make it go like stink. We will, however, go back and make this thing run on an older body and see if that... Can we do... So we've got the model year set to 2012. And can we now get the speed up? Looks like we might be able to get the speed up if we can make the engine fit. Now, we did have somewhere around 400 kilowatts, but we're going to quickly check to see if we can reach the speeds that we want to still reach. Radial... No, this is going to be cross-ply. These are going to be probably semi-slicks. You know what? Yeah, they probably were. Something more like a semi-slick, actually. The fronts can be very narrow and then just widen them out quite a lot. A lot. Oh, that is a huge amount. My goodness. No brake airflow. We're going to make it run a little bit warmer. The seats, again, are going to be basic, no entertainment, no hydraulic, no traction aids, no safety. And then standard old springs on twin tube with passive roll bars. Top speed, yes, can now be 520. We now just have to get the power to be able to push that hard. 10 liters on the nose. This thing, oh boy. Okay, we got 378 kilowatts. We might have to run a more aggressive cam profile. Yeah, for some reason we're not able to get the same amount of power. Maybe it's because I haven't made the engine quite as big. All right, we're gonna make an incredibly just dead smack on square engine. 94.1 and 94.1. This engine is a bog square and our pistons are right on the cusp of being able to survive. But I think having an engine destroy itself a little bit is maybe not unrealistic. All right, how much more compression can we run through this thing? None. It doesn't want any extra compression. 534. We're going to bring them back that ignition just a little bit more, because they would have run these things ever so slightly on the safe side, just to make sure that the engine doesn't blow up and they didn't go to the Bonneville salt flats for no reason. We have quite the engine here. This thing is so powerful. Oh, we've also got the wrong sort of suspension here. Let's quickly go change that around. We're going to have McPherson struts on the front and double wishbone on the rear. Does that mean we can fit a bigger engine? How tight is this now? We can fit a bigger engine. Yes. Let's keep it reasonable. This is going to be a 13.5 liter. Oh boy. Okay, so this thing still fits. How are our pistons and everything doing? They are not handling it very well. 640 kilos. Now, I know that this is probably getting a bit unrealistic because they were really badly tuned back then, but we're going to say that these people... Oh, wait, that's right. I've got a carbon fiber tub as well. We are running genuine technology from the era. Why is the exhaust doing that? What the hell? Okay, let's remove the bonnet and just have a look at where this thing sits. Wow, you'd have to be sitting right back here and your knees would be up. So then they weren't running into the engine. This engine does need to be a little bit further forward because this is technically mid-engine car, though it's front like a Corvette. So yeah. I also just realized that the two-tone runs along here, so we might actually run a two-tone color. I like this idea. You likey. So we are going to run with the gold color as the main color. Then change the bonnet to a matte color, no shine because it can't have that. Oh, that looks good. Maybe if we go steel or aluminium, just brushed aluminium. There we go. Brushed aluminium with gold accent. Oh, that looks good. That looks sexy as. I love it. Now, what speed can we get out of this behemoth of an engine? 5.5 seconds to 100 on cross-flight tires with a top speed of 334 kilometers an hour. Now, what was this challenge again? 470 kilometers an hour. When he said that this challenge may seem impossible, I think he may have been more correct than what he thinks, because I can't find a realistic body from the era that would do that sort of thing. So if we're going 382 kilometers an hour. Let's do quick math. It's still quite fast. An estimated top speed of 419. Okay, let's try to go for that. How does it think that we can reach a top speed of 419? I don't understand how this is even possible. If we extend the top speed out so then it can actually encompass that, it then gives us 341. Like, what? Let's increase the body quality. Hopefully that'll give us a little bit extra aero slip. We might have to go with radials and then try to make them not blow out. There we go. Now they don't blow out. And our top speed has gone up to 345. And our estimated top speed is 420. Okay, yes, so it is just the limitation of the size of the tires. So let's go back to cross-ply, and we're going to try to rein in and make these tires a lot bigger. There we go. Make those rear tires really big. Our fronts aren't blowing out, are they? No, we are good. Now, our top speed is about 343. Okay, if I'm having a look here, it looks like this thing has undercladding. So I think it's fair if we give ourselves undercladding as well. So let's go fully clad and see if that helps our top speed. 364, there we go. Let's make these tires bigger. Fit that all the way up, lots of understeer. And our top speed is now 362.9. Oh, this is quite the conundrum. Can we make these tires any bigger? Wait, hold on. Let's have a look at the tires that they got. Yeah, they got these little narrow things, but I get the feeling that the game is not quite set up to real-life standards, where traction isn't that important. We are going to just set this to be a little bit higher, and hope that in BeamNG, it'll be able to push past it. Our brakes are... I don't know? What am I looking at? All right, let's do a little bit of rearranging here to get a little bit more brake bias. It's the genetic helix. That's what I'm looking at, right? So it starts off low. It starts to, what, create downforce, then lift again? What is that? Oh, you know what? Probably at this point it starts to lose traction at about here, where the downforce is helping, but then it starts to lose traction because of the front tires and it goes over again, maybe. That is wacky. That is very wacky. Oh. I seem to have poked my car out the side. All right, let's drag that out to... Okay, that looks silly. Those tires are ginormous. It's so weird. So weird. All right, we're going to go over to suspension. Oh, we can't drop this down anymore? Why? When did this happen? Front suspension McPherson. Why did that happen? Does the engine still fit? No. Okay, we have a 3.2-inch dual exhaust, and this thing is down about 32 or more kilowatts. And 971 newton meters of torque, that is a buttload. All right, well, let's move on, and that's sad. Our top speed has gone up. What? I don't understand. But our top speed is down now. How did the estimated top speed go up, but our actual speed come down? What the hell? And dump that car on its butt. Oh, there we go. 382, nice. 394, good. That's fixed all part of our issues. We are still not at 400 kilometers an hour though. And for the 19 era, yeah, they're getting like 500, 600. This is not possible, is it? Oh, we can go lower. When did that happen? Our drivetrain, okay, let's see what we got. 406.7. We have finally broken the 400 kilometer an hour barrier. We have not done the challenge that he wants, but I don't think 470 is possible with that era's technology. Using the head's 4 valves per cylinder with twin overhead cams. Okay. Oh my god. That can't be right. 970 kilowatts. Oh my god, I can't believe they got that much power. How big is that engine? Hold on, let's have a look. Okay, we're down to a 7.2 liter. I don't think we're going to be able to reach the numbers that we want. 24 liters. Okay, so yeah, we are not going to be able to match that amount of horsepower with this. We're going to go back to pushrod 2 valve and just make the engine ginormously big. We could go with the evil speedster, but I don't think that one looks good, or particularly, I just don't think it's a good body. I hate it, actually. So this is the final numbers. We have 571.1 kilowatts at 6,300 RPM. We have a top speed of 406. Our wheels are weird. Our brakes are dicky, to put it lightly. Our aerodynamics is undercladding, and that's about it. We have no safety, but what would you expect from this era of high-strung supercar type thing? And our suspension is about as basic as it can get, and it's dumped way to the ground. The cost of said car is $780,000, but that's with today's money, so that would be the equivalent of spending less than $1 million to get a car to break the top speed, land speed record type thing. So, I mean, it's not completely unrealistic. Especially considering that the engines are not really possible in this game. Our top speed is 406. Let's make this thing what somebody might call pretty. I don't know how to do this. And here we have our very subtly designed road-going high-speed car. Now, back in the day, this thing was sold specifically to the person that would sort of fund top-speed runners. You know, the aristocratic people, which is who most of these top speed runners were. And when the cars would on a run, they would say, well, can I buy one? And they would go, we could make you one, but it's not very safe. And yes, but I want one. So they would make them the car, but they would also have to make it road legal. So it's got things like headlights, windshield wipers. I'm not quite sure what sort of legislation existed back then, but it's also got tail lights, and it's got a really cool side exhaust. It's very cool. The brushed aluminium, it's just generally a good look. It's got the sleek kind of closed off front grille that you would have seen. It's got a really cool back handle. The door locks are hidden. There's no mirrors, because I know they weren't mandatory until much later. They were just considered like, it's good to have them because they make driving a lot safer. So yeah, overall, I am a little ashamed to say that I couldn't make a car of this era run that fast. I suppose I could try to beat it in modern day and see what we can do, but I get the feeling you're gonna have to do a lot of modding to be able to do that. Anyway, enjoy. Oh, the tire's clipping. Frick. Oh, it's also called the Tunningly BVX C16 VBT4. Now, if you're asking, what does that stand for? Don't. Most of it's just made up. A lot of these cars I noticed had really weird, like, technical names and all that kind of stuff. It's just engineering notes that ended up becoming the model name of the car somewhere along the line. So that's what I've done there. I tell you what, kudos to anybody in the chat that can come up with a suitable definition for, like, whatever that abbreviation is. And for this, I specifically got myself the Bonneville Salt Flats. Now, I've never been on this map before. I don't know much about it. For some reason, it spawned me over there by the riverbed, which I don't quite get. Apparently, there's meant to be a starting line somewhere. Let's go find that. It was all the way at the other end of the map. What the hell? Why? Why was it all the way over there? Okay, well, let's go ahead and line ourselves up. Which one do we want? There's a plane flying in the sky. I've never seen that before. That's wicked. Okay, they all go about the same length. So if you don't mind, I think I'll just go down the middle one. If it wasn't for these weird lines on here, I'd say that these are the main runs and this one is the return line. But it's too hard to tell. Also, the scale is way off. Is this a... How small is this car? What the hell? It's a 3 meter. This is not a small car. So why is the scale showing this as like a little minuscule thing? I think the person that made this wasn't thinking hard enough. Anyway, Bonneville Salt Flats, away we go. Oh, there is a lot of wheel spin. We should be having a lot of wheel spin with this car. And we're up to 170, 180, 200, 230, 240, 250. Kind of want to convert this over to miles per hour just so I can see what this is immediately off the bat. 330, 340, 350. That's fine if we go off here. 370, 380, 390, 400. 410. So we can go faster than what they said. I get the feeling that maybe I could have played with the gearing a little bit more. 409? Yeah, we're not going any faster than that. I wonder if I go in and lengthen out that gear ratio, if I can get any more speed out of this, because it really did reach its top speed quite quickly. Oh, look at my squishy little car. Who's a squishy little car? You're a squishy little... Oh, the engine popped out. You're a squishy little car. Yes, you are. Oh, wagging your tail, so excited. Okay, you can stop now. Okay, so we are just going to... You know what? We're actually going to cheat a little bit. Because the games don't really align, we're going to go with a 4-speed. And we're going to put that top speed at maximum. And we're going to see whether we can actually reach that. I get the feeling this is meant to be the one that we go down. Because it looks a little bit more official. We're going to give it a shot. Now, with these cars, you would usually get a push-off from a trailing car if you're realistically doing a top speed run. So then you can have those taller gears without having to have the lower gears, probably to also save a little bit of weight and extra tuning. Now, that won't allow you to have a higher top speed. What it will do, though, is allow you to get to your top speed a little bit quicker because your acceleration will be a little bit quicker if you have less inertia. This thing handles so good, like really good. All right, we're at 390, 400, 410, and we're not switching into the next gear. Let's switch over to realistic and force it into the next gear. 412, we're not getting any faster. What about diff locks? Diff locks do not help. Let's go back a gear. Okay, looks like the gearing is just not quite there. But we do have a little bit of a higher top speed now, guys. Okay, we did do one last little tweak. We have got narrow tires on here on the assumption that maybe less wide wheels will allow the air to slip past a little bit better. Gonna ease onto this power and we're gonna get this thing up to as fast as we can go. And if this is faster, it'll make the video. If not, this is gonna hit the cutting room floor and it's just not going to go anywhere. Just, you know, to hide my embarrassment. Okay, good. We're up to speed now. We can start easing onto full accelerator. Okay, we are at full accelerator now. We are 330 kilometers an hour. We are coming up to 340. Gonna ease a little bit to the right because we're a little bit offline. 360, 370. Okay, we are at full power. There's nothing being held back whatsoever. 400. Oh, it's overheating. 412. It's gone into 7th gear on its own. 414, 413. Oh, we're just not going to have that power to push through. It really did overheat in 6th gear, though. We're going to switch over to manual. We're going to go to a higher speed. Okay, we're up to 413-ish. And then 414 is just where it kind of wants to sit. So I can't remember if this is faster or not. We're going to line up with a thing. 413. And we have to go through at least 2 time markers to make sure that the time is recognized, because we did go a little bit off track there. Let's go down a little bit. We're up to 414, 415. Yeah. So that's what the top speed is. This is about as fast as it'll ever go. I'll catch you guys next time.